Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
We're back. Morning Crossfire right here at 99.3 Nigeria Info. We'd like to hear from you. We're looking at a review. We're reviewing actually the End Bad Governance protests. So far, we're hearing the protest has fizzled out, as reported today in some newspapers. I think on the front page of today's Punch, cost of living protests fizzle out in more states. Abuja. Okay, I'm sure Lagos may be part of that. I will read some details of that for those of you who may want to know. But we're going to talk about the cost of living protests, and we're talking about day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, how it's gone, how it went, what happened, what went down. We're also talking about the press in Nigeria, and what they have suffered as a result of attacks on them. Media men, media organizations, journalists during the End Bad Governance protest. I'd like to introduce our guests this morning, starting with a gentleman in the studio. He's an entrepreneur, he's a politician, he's a former presidential aspirant, Victor Ani-Laju. Good morning to you. Good to have you on the Morning Crossfire. You were meant to be here 2 days ago, but today you made it.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Kofi, for having me. Thank you.
All right. So, Victor Ani-Laju, you're not just a okay, sorry about it. Victor, you're not just an entrepreneur and a politician. You're also an End Bad Governance protester, right?
Yes.
Where have you been protesting?
Ojota.
In protesting at Ojota?
Yes.
All right. Since when?
Since on Thursday, 1st of August.
Have you been there on your own?
Individual? We've been there as a group, individual.
Okay. Are you part of one of the groups? Let me take it back.
Not really about taking it back. Just one of the young Nigerians who feels that we've been experiencing bad governance in Nigeria.
All right.
We're just the voice of the people.
Okay. I have on the phone line a journalist, and this is talking about, he's in Abuja. He's been covering the End Bad Governance protests. He's a journalist. Mr. Marvelous Obomanu, can you hear me? Hello, Marvelous, are you there? Marvelous Obomanu, can you hear me? All right, we have to get back to him. We have to get back to him. We're meant to have Femi Kuku, who is the AIT cameraman, who was part of those running away from bullets in Abuja. I think she'd been at Eagle Square or the stadium, I can't remember. And he jumped into a gutter or a ditch and injured his leg. You know, he can't even walk as we speak. But Femi said he's still recuperating. You know, so we had to allow him rest a bit. You know, we communicated last night. All right, but Marvelous was there, and we want to talk to him. And while we're looking at the press, we'll talk about the press later. We started by 5 a.m. talking about. But Victor, let's start with you. How did you move from being a presidential aspirant, telling Nigerians, vote for me, one of those young Nigerians who came out early stages, to going to say we don't agree as Ojota? You have to move your phone, please. Yes, sorry about that. Okay, to say we don't agree at Ojota, how did that happen? Why?
Okay, the truth about it is that we have to look at why for me as an individual, Nigerian politics itself has been occupied by corrupt persons. Let me use that word.
But you wanted to be part of them.
Yes.
You came out.
So the reason that's why I decided to run for presidency, because
to join the corrupt people.
No, I wanted to bring in new narrative, a total different ideology about what politics should be in Nigeria.
How did you move from that to going to carry placard at Ojota?
So let me finish what I was just trying to say. So, because the system has been built on corrupt foundation,
Okay.
especially Nigerian political system, we all need to understand one reason why we are saying end bad governance is because when the political system is corrupt, it will produce bad governance.
So this is part of you're saying, okay, if I cannot get into the system and change it from within, I need to be part of a protest that can change the system.
But really, after every election, there are two offices that will be created: those in position and those in opposition.
Okay, so you're in the opposition.
For me now, I'm working on the part of being the opposition.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we have Marvelous on the line? Marvelous, are you there? Oh, I'm sorry. I think I made a mistake. Marvelous, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you,
sorry.
Kofi. I can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay. So Marvelous Obomanu is a journalist. He's been covering the protests in Abuja. Why he's here is because he was part of those who ran away from bullets. Himself and Femi Kuku, the AIT cameraman, who unfortunately is not able to join us this morning. We'll talk to Marvelous very shortly. But for you, Femi Ani-Laju, you came out 2023 elections. Nigerians, I want to be president. Young man, one of the early starters. Why not join hands with Tinubu, who won? We've had people say, you know what, election politics is over. Elections are over. It's time for governance. Let's all put our hands together and build the country. We've been hearing that. So you're a young man. You have potential. If you, I'm sure if you say, you come out like that, you might get something. And then you join hands. They could give you an appointment. So why didn't you go down that route?
No, the truth about it is that what is wrong is wrong. So even if you are the president of the whole world,
what is wrong? What is the wrong thing that is wrong?
You and I know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not win the presidential election. So
how did
he lost in Lagos? He lost even on his street Podilon. He lost the election.
No, we're talking about Nigeria. Nigeria.
Even in Alausa, he lost Alausa. He lost Lagos. He lost on every side.
You're here saying he lost Alausa, therefore he lost the election.
He lost. See, he did not even come out third position.
How do you know?
100%. We have the indices now. We have the record.
When you say we, who is the we?
I have the indices. I have the record that I got from officers, that I got from workers, that I got from agents of polling units.
Which agents?
Should I give?
Agents of which party?
Should I give you an example?
Agents of which
Should I
party?
give you an example?
No, Victor, hold on.
No,
Victor, hold on.
My own polling units. Just wait.
Excuse
let me tell you.
Please. Agents of which party are you talking about here?
Agents of different political parties like Labour Party, PDP.
Okay.
We have results. Okay, let me give an instance.
Okay.
I'm not exaggerating here.
Because you not told me the
unit,
we
sir,
you're referring to.
Sir, my own polling unit.
Yeah.
That I know we won.
Yeah.
Labour in that polling unit.
Okay.
Go and check today online.
Okay.
On INEC portal. The result is glaring. It's not clear.
Okay. Your polling unit that we won, Labour.
Labour won.
So you were in Labour Party during the election.
I voted for Labour Party.
Okay. When you say we won, that means
I voted for Labour Party, and I made sure that everybody within my constituency, within my polling unit, make sure they voted for Labour Party.
So therefore, does this not therefore prove the theory? Because you've been going to Ojota from day one till now.
Yes.
Does this therefore not prove the theory? Well, be Sunday, you said on Sunday. Does this therefore not prove the theory that those who are pushing this protest are obedient?
No. They are Nigerians.
Because you can see what has been said online.
You see, you see what APC is doing now. APC is trying to say a wrong narrative. You see, carrying a flag is a wrong narrative. The violence inside the protest is a very wrong narrative. Cheap.
So is a protest against APC?
Cheap. The protest is against bad governance.
But you're calling APC?
Yes, because APC are the ones sponsoring this wrong narrative. The touts that you see attacking us at Ojota, that even attack your own pressmen. Because right now, they are even after the press.
Victor.
They are even after the press.
I want you to respond to the notion that
it's not a notion.
Hello,
okay.
Hear that most of those who are pushing the protests are not happy because they lost the last election. They're saying, okay, if we cannot win this election through the courts or through the ballot box, we'll sack the government.
No, that's not true. We are only you understand the agitation or the protest. The reason why we are saying what we are saying end bad governance. We did not say end APC. We did not say Tinubu must go. We say
but people are saying Tinubu must go.
Bad governance because Tinubu is not responding well.
So how will bad governance be ended?
How bad governance will be ended? First thing first is by ending their bad policies.
Is it by removing the president?
First thing first. That's why I said is by ending their bad policies. If the president refused to change his policies, then at that time the president becomes the problem.
So you have to remove him. He has to go.
If you are bad, you have to go.
Okay. So you're saying that this is not true, that Obedience are trying to change the government another way rather than through the ballot?
Not at all. We're only saying there are demands out there, and the president have not attended to one.
Are you from the southeast? No, I'm sorry, I'm asking this.
I have my origin from the southeast.
Okay,
but I was born and brought up in
the south.
Let
me explain myself so people don't misunderstand me.
Sir, you don't have to be.
No.
Once you are Igbo,
can I land?
Once you are Igbo,
Victor,
you are a victim.
Victor, can I land?
Okay, go ahead.
Because why I'm asking that is that you therefore will be in a better position to answer my question. If you're not, I won't ask you. Now, what are your thoughts on those who say, Southeast is not part of the protest?
Who said so? We are 100% involved.
That's right.
101% involved. See, most people should come to the realization of the truth that Lagos today have well over 50% of its population to come from different parts of
Someone sent a message yesterday saying
that
any Southeasterner who joins the protest will be flogged. Someone sent a message here.
Who is the person? The person is responsible by APC. APC is out to sell a wrong narrative. And you know that's what they are good at. Selling propaganda. Selling wrong
you've heard Ohanes Endigbo saying that
the Ohanes Endigbo is late. He's late. That conference you had, APC sponsored conference. You see.
But there are good reasons for those who are of Southeastern origin in Nigeria, those Nigerians who to say, you know what, people normally blame us for these things. We'll say, so let's just mind our business.
Sir, if somebody is speaking from his or own view, doesn't mean that he's speaking for the entire Southeast.
Oh, okay, I'll say majority of those who are from the Southeast.
It's not majority.
Can I land? Who call the program always re-emphasize that they're happy the Southeasters are not there. But though I said those who signed the letter for active citizens, I think two of them.
Sir, that is sarcasm. All Nigerians are paying. I don't want to say Southeast are paying. All Nigerians are paying.
Are you sure, apart from you, are you sure you're not the only person from the Southeast who's been gathering at Ojota?
Are you serious? Don't even go there. If you want to go there, go to Ojota or go to any protest ground. Take statistics. Outside the indigenes of that place, the next population of the people there are from Southeast.
So you're saying the protest grounds, if you say many people there are from the Southeast?
100%. I can give. See, why am I here? I'm here to show my face and let you understand that I'm part of this whole thing that is going on.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And what we are saying is end bad governance.
So you're saying you don't agree that Southeasterners are not part of it?
So we are all part of it.
Okay.
As far as you are a Nigerian, we are part of it.
Okay. I want to go to Marvelous Obomanu. Thank you for your time. I'll come back to look at day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and all that. Marvelous, please tell us what happened in Abuja, the particular day when you lost your phone.
Okay. Of course, the end bad governance protest started on the 1st, which is on Thursday. And as far as things like that happen, of course, journalists must be there to monitor what has been happening, because as the fourth estate of the realm, we are the only profession that the Constitution, 1999 Constitution, has given a responsibility as big as it is. Yeah. We've been trying to deliver on our mandate. So, of course, journalists were there all through the day. It began on Thursday. And then the day 1 was, all the protest was ongoing and it was peaceful. And then suddenly the security agencies made up of the police, the civil defense, the army, the DSS, just a multinational joint task force, So they were there on ground to ensure that the protest does not go, rowdy or turn violent. So initially, according to the court judgment, which the FCT minister obtained, he said that the protesters will only converge on Moshood Abiola National Stadium and not anywhere else. So that very first day, the protesters assembled at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, and then they were not allowed to enter inside the stadium. So one of the leaders was saying that they are not athletes, they are not football people, so why would they be confined at the National Stadium? Wow. And even at the stadium, they are not even allowing them to enter inside. They were just outside the road.
Really?
So, yeah. So after a while, all throughout the protest happened in Abuja, none of them entered the stadium. In fact, you see that the police was just at the gate there. So later they left the National Stadium and then made their way into the city center. For those who know Abuja well, they followed through the Area 1 and then got to Eagle Square and then to the Federal Secretariat. Federal Secretariat is an area that houses most government ministries, departments, and agencies in the nation's capital. So that was where they converged. So after a while, the police started shooting fire canisters, tear gas on the protesters, and before you know it, everything went way wild. So everybody was trying to run to get to a place of safety. Both the protesters, both the journalists were not spared, but some of us got injuries. I could remember one of the new central camera girl got injured because the canister got to her leg. I remember one of the chairman of NUJ here in Abuja was arrested by the police. And then a handful of other, people that got injured, including the protesters. I had on video, one of them broke his head, the other one his leg, and all. They got various of, different injuries. So that was how the day one happened. Then the day two, which is on Friday, the protesters started at the National Stadium too, where they were not allowed to enter the stadium. But before they got to the stadium, they went to Bega Roundabout. For those who know Abuja, Bega is a popular place that usually houses protests. You remember during the NSAS protest, that was where it happened mostly in Abuja. So when we got there, some of us who were journalists, we were grouped one side. We were just at a particular place, covering what was happening. Then before you know it, police started shooting tear gas on the protesters, even on journalists to disperse us from, converging at that beggar roundabout. It's not like as if they didn't know we were journalists. The protesters were at one point, they were just at one side, and then journalists were at one side. So they started shooting the tear gas. In fact, there is this girl, Mary Chinda from Arise TV. She almost collapsed because the smoke was much on her. So we managed to, take her to a place of safety. And before you know it, everybody just dispersed from that particular beggar roundabout. So after they got to National Stadium. So when they were at National Stadium, they were still there doing what they were doing. And then later, some of them said, no, they can't remain here. They want to move to the city center because they are protesting and they shouldn't be at just one place. So from the National Stadium, they moved a bit as if they were going to Area 1. Immediately, there were, I think the police, the security agencies, they called for some backup. So there were security agents that were coming from that Area 1 just to bust them in a corner, not to move away from that particular place. So it was probably, a tactical strategy. There were those at the National Stadium coming, those from the Area 1 side, they were coming just to bust the protesters at the middle of that particular road. So just that split second, we started hearing gunshots. I think it was alleged that DSS operatives were the ones shooting that, bullet. And before you know it, everyone scampered for safety. We all, including me and some of our colleagues and the protesters, we ran into the bush. There's a very thick bush adjacent to the National Stadium, for those who know Abuja very well, very close to the Area 1 roundabout. There's a very big bush there that usually all these bad boys usually stay there to drink, smoke, and do all the things. And then when they kidnap people or take people's things, they just run into that bush. So when the shots were going haywire, we needed to find a place of safety. So a lot of us entered into that bush. So we thought even entering into the bush was going to save the situation. Still, they followed us there. They were shooting live bullets.
It is live bullets. Live bullets.
I'm telling you.
Live rounds.
So it was at that moment when I entered the bush, I just fell, and both my tripod, my phone, my camera, everything was displaced. I couldn't even find it anymore. So inside the bush, I was just hearing people crying, they have shot her, they have shot her, And in fact, it was a different scenario. On my mind that day was just, God, it is today that I'm going to die, then so be it. If I'm going to live, so be it, So somehow, we keep running into the bush till we got to that national stadium. That was where we got to, and then we didn't see them, but we're still hearing the shots. So
marvelous. I'll come back to you in a jiffy. Let's just take some adverts, and I'll come back to you right here.
More right after this. This is a public service announcement. The moment you didn't know you've been waiting for is here. GT Co is offering shares to the public from Monday 15th July 2024 to August 12th 2024. You have the opportunity to own shares of GT Co PLC when you apply to the GT Co public offering of 9 billion ordinary shares at 44 naira 50 kobo per share. This means that at 44 naira 50 kobo per share, you can now share in our vision and own shares of GT Co PLC. To apply, simply go to the GT Co website at www.gtcoplc.com or visit any GT Bank branch nationwide or any receiving agent listed in the offer prospectus. Offer is open from 15th July to August 12th, so don't delay. Apply now to own shares of GT Co. GT Co. Proudly African, truly international.
Pregnant Care. Do you know why you should take Pregnant Care supplements before, during, and after pregnancy? Pregnant Care is formulated by scientists to create the safest and most trusted formula. Pregnant Care from Vitabiotics UK contains 19 micronutrients, including folic acid and vitamin B12, which help reduce birth defects in babies.
Pregnant Care, helping produce healthy Nigerian babies and moms. Available now in all good pharmacies.
Pregnant Care.
Tell me which kind thing Viva no fi wash away. Gelato, tomato paste, or coffee stain your body. Viva go wash away. Chicken for your clothes, now all you need for Viva to wash away. Gentle for your pocket, gentle for your hand. Oh my Viva, you couldn't make you shine. Oh Viva, Viva. Oh no no. I love my Viva, oh Viva. Oh no no. Uncle say bye bye to very tough stage, yo. Oh no no. Mama say bye bye to any kind stage, yo. Oh no no. Oh Viva, Viva. Oh no no.
Trader, are you ready for the flight? Yeah. Maximize your gains day or night. The platform, HFM is the name. Trading with us is a brand new game. Come on. Feel alone, execution slow. Switch to HFM, watch your success grow. Higher leverage, tighter spreads and swap free. Got your back in this financial fight. Trade forex, commodities, indices, shares and more. Just come and see HFM online trading. Withdrawals, deposit done in a dash. Our execution too fast. HFM stands apart from the rest.
Pico, HFM finito, HFM is ito. HFM na shop platform, online trading, forex trading. Any trading, HFM no delay.
Join HFM today. Visit www.hfm.com or download the HFM app on Google Play or App Store. HFM, online trading at its finest.
If you always import to Nigeria, this jingle is a vibe.
We serving for shipping. Ogbonge logistics. Where they support your business.
Hiroshi means simplified importation to Nigeria from the US, UK, and and China by air and by sea. With Hiroshi, you get a dedicated customer support experience, easy tracking of your packages, and flexible payment in Naira or dollars. Hiroshi is super affordable. You can ship big or small packages and you do not pay any clearing fees. We ship it, clear it, and deliver to your doorstep anywhere in Nigeria. Now that you know, quickly visit www.hiroshi.com. That is www.heroshi.com. Create your free account and experience reliable importation with us. Hiroshi Logistics. Affordable shipping from the US, UK, and China to Nigeria.
Wow, Folake, this your new office space looks really nice. Oh, just take a look at this furniture.
Thank you.
Anyway, that's not why I came. Your daughter's wedding was fantastic. Folake, who gave you all this money now? See souvenirs everywhere, courtesy of the bride's mother.
It is not who, it is what.
The AXA endowment policy. The benefits of target savings and life insurance in one plan. Call 0700 AXA Mansard or visit axamansard.com to get started. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you have a low JAM score? No need to waste a year at home. Now University of Nigeria's School of Preliminary Studies offers you an alternative route into the university. Operating in Abuja, Now SPS prepares students for direct entry admission into 200 level at any Nigerian university through JUPEP. Visit sps.nowuniversity.edu.ng or call 0906 906 8447 to apply now.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, welcome back. It's still Morning Crossfire right here at 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Kofi Bartels. I guess still with us in the studio. We have Victor Ani-Laju. He's an entrepreneur. He's a politician, former presidential aspirant. He's a serial entrepreneur who's founded a number of business ventures, including ePay, which is an electronic payment solutions provider, and the Welfare Card, a payment card for the unbanked and underprivileged. He's also founder and president of Victor University, which is focused on skill acquisition, certification, and financial intelligence. We have joining us on the line Marvelous Obomanu, broadcast journalist and investigative reporter with proven track record. We're meant to have Femi Kuku, a video journalist and cameraman with African Independent Television, who injured his leg. I don't know if he dislocated or broke it. But has been finding it difficult to walk. And the video of Femi after his treatment are online. Unfortunately, Femi is resting. He said he asked to be left out for today. Yesterday, Bernard Akere, who's a reporter with New Central Television, was harassed by thugs at Ojota while reporting live on television on the protest going way at Ojota yesterday. You were there?
Yeah.
Live on TV, and they harassed him. They came with sticks to beat him up, and he just managed to escape with his life. You know, 'cause I can't imagine what those guys would have done if Bernard stood his ground. You know, like I would have. You know, and he tried to make some sense to tell them Duro, you know, and then they pushed him away, heckled him live on TV. Is this a Lagos we want to see? So I'm happy that the Commissioner of Police has promised to investigate the matter and fish out the culprits. I had not seen our good friend Benjamin Hudeyi's tweets, but I've seen it. Benjamin, good job. All right. We need to see all of them fished out. Their faces are in full color, paraded before the press like you guys do, and charged to court. Victor, you wanted something?
But do you know what happened? So when you go to Ojota, the Ghanaian Square
yesterday. This
Yes.
is from day 6, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where we normally gather.
All right.
And when we are there, it's safer.
As ordered by the court.
Yes.
Inside the Freedom Park.
Around there, because at some point we refuse going inside the park because it only has just one entrance.
Oh.
So if anybody is coming to attack you, you would just be caged in there. So we had to stay around it to be safe, because we have had experience during the NSAS. We know how these guys operate.
All right. So the court said you should go inside there and cage yourselves.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So while we're there, the police came and asked us to leave there. They came with their armor tanks, came with their vehicle, and drove us away. We now walked further towards the pedestrian bridge.
Yesterday.
It was while we were standing.
Because we heard there was heavy security presence, more heavier than usual.
The police took over the square.
And we heard that protesters did not even show up as much as...
We showed up. They were asking us to leave with arms, with guns, armored car. The army was on the other side of the road. The police even occupied where we normally would gather.
Are you saying that they did not allow you to protest yesterday?
They did not. The police stopped us from protesting. There was nobody that told the police that we are not protesting anymore. Go and check. Even as at yesterday evening.
So when they told you not to go, what happened?
We now walk towards where you have the pedestrian bridge, where you have the bus stop.
Okay.
That was where the news center was still talking about what is going on. That was when the thugs, the APC thugs, Tinubu boys.
How do you know they're Tinubu boys?
They are Tinubu boys.
I know. I'm saying, how do you know they are Tinubu?
One of them was wearing APC shirts. They are Tinubu boys. That's the same boys that stopped me from voting during the governorship election.
Where?
In Bega.
But Bega is far from Ojota. Are you sure they're the same people?
They're the same people.
The same. You know their names.
The same people.
Or the same type of people.
The same type of people.
Because
they work under APC.
How do you know?
100% now. These same people stopped me from voting during the governorship election because they said they observed that I was one of the people who are the supporters of Labour Party. In fact, that day about 14 guys came out, 10 on marks. The other 4 was just looking at me. In fact, it was the policeman that even asked me to leave. That if I don't leave, the boys will kill me.
Okay, listen to this.
We had to
the
explain
guys
to us
reporting.
after we questioned them. They spoke to us after we explained to them that we should not be there. All right, at the moment, do roll on now.
It's live on TV.
Right, so we're being harassed now. We have to go into the vehicle.
All right, Bennett, just take it easy.
So obviously we're being attacked by thugs, and we have to go in. Yeah,
that's fine. You can just get settled in. Bennett, please stay safe. Get settled in, and we can come back.
So is this what Nigeria is turning into?
The APC-led government is a government of talk.
Well, Victor, is it about... You keep saying APC from the beginning.
Tinubu government is a government of talk.
Which may lead some people to believe that this is all political, the protest. Because these guys, I mean, someone said they're NURTW. Someone said, you're saying the APC. How do you know? I haven't seen anyone wearing an APC T-shirt here. And anyone can wear an APC T-shirt.
The same thing that happened during the election. I'm not talking from the sky. I experienced it. I was not allowed to vote during the governorship election.
This may be different people.
It cannot be. It's the same pattern. They come with cutlass, machete, guns, and they scare you away. They are not even youth. Let me tell you the truth. These are people in their 50s, in their 60s. They are advanced men.
All right. Anyway, the police commissioner in Lagos State, CP Adegoke Fayode, has promised, or says he's directed.
In the CP,
can I answer?
Okay.
I'm coming to you. He's directed an immediate investigation into the harassment of Bernard Akede, the television reporter with News Central, and we hope that, because like I said, he has 7 days. Sir, I'm coming to you. They must be fished out, like he said they will. They must be arrested. They should do their parading, present them like they normally do to the press. Let's see them. Let's film them. Let's confirm that they're the ones and interview them. They must be charged to court. They must face the full extent of the laws. Otherwise, we would say that Lagos State is not safe for journalists anymore, which I don't believe it is. I'll come back to you, Victor. Marvelous Obomanu, you were giving us an account, just building up to, you actually told us that security agencies opened live rounds, fired live bullets at journalists and protesters in Abuja. This was on day 3 of the protest or day 2?
It was on the day 3.
Day
that
3.
was on a Friday.
And you all had
It was on day 2 and day 3, both
okay.
Friday and Saturday.
And you all had to run into the bush and scamper for safety. You thought you were going to die. Now, you said someone shouted, "They've shot me." Who was that?
It was a lady's voice I heard. They were shouting, "They've shot her, they've shot her, they've shot her." You know, at that moment, you couldn't even want to go and say you want to save someone because it's your tent, oh Israel. Everybody's trying to, run for safety, And then, even when the whole thing happened and then later we got to the National Stadium, I think about 2 hours later, we decided to just, look at, to be sure if it was live bullets. Then when we moved around, we saw the bullets on the floor with, the added serial number or registration number of the bullets, because then I've lost my phone. I couldn't take shots. But some of my colleagues from GTV and then from Kaftan TV, they all videoed it on their camera. They all took shots of that bullet with the serial number. So in terms of investigation, I think the security agencies must ensure to know which of the security operatives have that particular bullet, because it has the serial number, which is easy to track to know which of the agencies have the bullet. So it's just there. But the truth is this. Even on Saturday morning, because of the heavy presence of security in and within and around the city center, some of the protesters were afraid to come out. So on Saturday morning, AIT was in front of the National Stadium there trying to give a live update that because of heavy presence of security, the protesters are not here and all. And then the security men that were across the road, they saw them doing their live. So they crossed over and then opened the shot at them. And then Femi Kuku, he's a video operator, he was almost trying to run away when he got fixed in a ditch. He entered the ditch mistakenly and then he broke his leg, and which of course the video is out there. That was on Saturday morning. And then because of that, I mean, when you come into Abuja today, you feel like Nigeria is at war with itself because of the heavy presence of security. Now, another dimension is the fact that we are also seeing military people, with their tanks, with their tankers, armed to the teeth, close within the town. And the question is this: even in the 1999 Constitution, it is only the police that the Constitution recognized to be the one to, check civil unrest, to maintain peace and order within the federation. And then, of course, the military is to protect Nigeria from, external aggressors and all. So what is the military doing in a pure civil matter?
Okay,
except the police is saying they are overwhelmed, which the police have not said. The Inspector General of Police said they are not overwhelmed.
Okay,
so
I want to find out from you. Yeah, there seemed to have been a shooting incident in Kubwa. We hear a protester was shot. The IGP yesterday said that it wasn't the police who shot at a protester, but it was armed robbers, or armed hoodlums. And the police are saying that since the 1st of August, nobody, no single security agency has used guns as far as gunshots. Do you know about this incident in Kubwa? And is it true that what are your thoughts on what is the IGP saying, that no one has fired gunshots since August 1?
Let me be very sincere with you. What happened in Cuba, I heard about it, and it was said it was a security agent that opened the shot. And let me tell you, since the protest started till date, hoodlums have never used any bullet or gun. I knew that, yes, at some point during the protest, some hoodlums hijacked that protest, but not in Abuja. I said we have few cases that happened in Kano and Maiduguri. But as I can tell you, ever since we started covering the protest till date, hoodlums have not hijacked the protest here in Abuja. And the IGP statement, of course, he must have to also try to shield his own. In fact, when I told you that the NUJ chairman in Abuja was arrested, his phone was seized, it was the Commissioner of Police, Bennett Igwe, that took his phone and arrested him. And I think 3-4 hours later, when the statements were coming, and he was forced to let him go, And we can't just say they've not that since the process started, they've not shot at anyone. Those bullets speak for itself. So it's not left for the IGP to, constitute a panel to investigate that bullet, to know who owns that bullet. Saying you didn't, I mean, it's unbecoming. The way they attack journalists in Nigeria is becoming unbecoming.
Okay, so you went into the bush that day. You all escaped. That was at Eagle Square or National Stadium, I think.
At National Stadium.
All right.
National Stadium.
All right. So you all had to run into the bush, and they kept firing, and they kept firing and firing.
Exactly.
Until you found yourself. How did you guys escape? I mean, get out of the situation.
At that, for those who know Abuja very well, that area 1 bush is very close to the National Stadium. So we entered into the bush, then we ran into the bush till we got to a place where we were seeing building. Then when we came out, we saw that we are in front of the National Stadium there. So the bush connects from area 1 to National Stadium. So we entered into the bush from the area 1, and then we ran for like a few kilometers. And then when we saw a building, we came out through that path, and then we're already in front of National Stadium.
All right, marvelous. Stay with us, Victor. So let's just come back to you. We hear that the protests, for instance, in today's papers, the protests have fizzled out. We hear that the protests is probably not even holding anymore because people are not showing up. Is that the situation? Because I have a report on the front page of today's Nation newspaper, The Nation, that's saying that the protest has fizzled out in Lagos.
The truth about it is that the Nigerian police in Lagos have asked the protesters not to come out.
How do you mean?
And they have occupied where we normally would gather for our protests.
When you say they've asked the protesters not to come out, how do you mean?
They've asked us not to come there again. In fact, they started with the press people.
Okay, are you referring to the CP statement?
The CP and every other person, both the military and the thugs and the APC and Tinubu himself, all of them are against the protest, and they don't want us to even come out and say make our demand clear. They just feel that there is no need for us to protest. There is no need for us to ask for our demand. And really, I'm not surprised. This is not the first time.
I want to listen to this. This is from today is Wednesday. This is from Monday. I want to listen to this. Probably it might help us understand the situation.
The situation on ground is that the protest has been called off. The situation on ground is that the protest has been.
So this is a Lagos CP, CP Adegoke Fayode, talking about the protest, where he says the protest has been called off. Probably that's why, some of your fellow protesters, Victor, did not come out. But I want Lagosians to listen to him, and then I'll come back to you.
The situation on ground is that the protest has been called off in view of the president's speech. The organizers have decided to call it off. And the president has spoken, and they are looking forward to the president's meeting the demands they are presented before him.
Thank you very much.
So, in view of that, there will be no more gathering here or anywhere. Any of such gathering is unlawful and illegal. And if such gathering exists, we are going to apply the full weight of the law.
And is that why we still have the presence of the police here today?
Yes, because we came normally to do what we have been doing since the past 3 days. And since it has been called off, we will withdraw and but keep skeletal presence of men here, so that they will not allow anybody to gather here or try to. Any gathering here from this moment is unlawful. So that's just it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I've spoken with CP Fayode. He's an affable man. I like him. All right, and you are the one who tell me if you agree with what he says, because you're a protester. He said the protest has been called off.
He said, who called it off? And of what court of law have said that after the president's address, the protest should end?
Are you sure, guys? Because I heard some of you were contemplating on on Sunday, or was it Monday, whether to continue. Some said, let's go home. Some said, let's stay, and then, so...
No, none of such happened. None of such happened. We even agreed. Let me not tell you what even happened. The police themselves, they even increased their security personnel, their armor tanks, their guns, their weapons after the president's speech, because they know that Nigerians were not happy about the president's speech. So by the president spoke on Sunday, by Monday we gathered there on Monday. If we said, okay, after the president's speech, okay, let's go home. So what were we doing there on Monday?
Okay, so but the numbers are fizzling out, is what some people are saying.
Let me now tell you their tactics on Monday. But that Monday, which we're not seeing the police doing, while we were gathered there, at some point they will gather some of their armed men to walk in between the protesters. They started showing show of force. They now increase their armory to scare the people away, because they know that Nigerians did not accept this speech, right? That was on Monday. By Tuesday, they occupied the ground and now said we should not even come there at all. They packed their trucks, their Hiluxes there, their armor tanks there. The army was on the other side. The numbers of guns and ammunition that were there had increased.
Okay, I want to read. So this is from The Nation. Marvelous, you respond to this as well, since you're in Abuja. Let me just read this. This is from The Nation. It says that cost of living protests fizzle out in most states, Abuja. This is from Vanguard. It says protesters leave Gani Fawemi Park in Lagos as you've left.
What do you expect from Vanguard?
I know, please don't please leave Vanguard again.
They are all propaganda.
Hold on, Victor. Sorry. It says normalcy has returned to the Gani Fawemi Park, Ojota, in Lagos State after 5 days of protests. Correspondent of News Agency of Nigeria. They are reporting what news agency is reporting, so not the Vanguard. Who was at the park on Tuesday observed that the protesters had left the place.
Had left or driven out by the police.
Had left.
We did not leave. They drove us out. Even the news central guy that was attacked. If you see the position, he was not at the protest ground anymore. Because
across the road, yeah.
Because the police have asked us, both the press people, to leave. And don't forget that on Friday or Saturday, the army general had told the press to stop giving us coverage. And we that is coming out to protest, we have told the other people that don't protest when you don't see the media people around.
Okay.
Because that was what happened in NSAS. You know, NSAS, they took away the cameras, took away every evidence to show the attack.
I want to give Marvelous a chance. Marvelous, has the protest in Abuja fizzled out?
Yeah, it is gradually fizzling out, and the reason is not far-fetched. You know, since after the incident happened on Saturday,
the shooting, right?
Yes, after the shooting, I mean, a lot of the protesters were scared. And of course, who wouldn't be looking at? I mean, if you monitored what happened in Abuja, it's something that, I mean, after the Thursday incident, I personally, I was thinking the protesters may not have the courage to come out on Friday. And they did. They remained unwavering and undeterred to make sure they press home what their demands are. On Friday, they came out. And then after that shooting on Saturday again, I mean, who wouldn't? So it's a show of force because just like I told you, if you come into Abuja today, you will see heavy presence of security agencies, more especially the military. And I raised the question, what is the military doing on the street? I mean, this is a pure civilian affair, and it's the police that ought to, take charge of whatever that is happening, except they've said they've been overwhelmed. So it's because of this heavy presence of security that, made the protesters scared, and they started, drawing back, and business activities have started picking up in the nation's capital.
All right, so it's fizzling out, and probably it might also be fizzling out in Lagos. Are you?
It's not. So the truth about it is that it's just the gathering. We are still protesting, right? And
but you're not gathering.
We are not gathering yet in Ojota.
So there's no gathering today in Ojota.
Currently, because the police have occupied that that place.
They say about 40 vehicles are there.
Do you understand?
That's what Vanguard is saying.
You understand? With armed men, both military and police, they are all there just to make sure that we.
All right, so it's fizzled out for now.
It's not. In the heart of every Nigerian,
no, I'm saying
there is still a protest.
At the Gani Park, it's fizzled out.
Yes, at Gani Park, there is no more gathering there as we speak.
Thank you, Victor, and thank you, Marvelous. I just want to remind our listeners, we'll run the OnePlay.ng draw. 25,000 are going to 2 lucky players. Get onto the website, www.oneplay.ng, the number 1 in the wordplay, or .ng, or dial *347 *880 hash on your phone. Both ways, via the website, or you go via the USSD, choose Nigeria Info, and play. By 9:15 or just before 9:15, I'll run the draw, and we'll pick the 2 winners, 25K. Play, you get lucky, you win. Victor, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for
Victor Ani-Laju
having me.
And Marvelous Obomanu, thank you very much for your time. Sir, about your phone,
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Victor's an entrepreneur. He might just send you some money to
That's
get a
what
new
we
one.
do. I mean, of course, you knew when I was beaten up by military during the Kogi election.
Yes,
so
indeed. Yes, indeed.
It's part of the job.
And our heart goes out to Ben.
Every morning, now better chance to carry your hustle go higher level. So, make you start your day with the correct taste of Nescafe. Start strong, finish strong. Nescafe.
Are you ready to ignite your career?
.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just